All right, my Marine here. I'm going to bring another theory, just a thought. Guess I'm putting too much time and effort into this and thinking about it, but I like to read the news. I like to research, and I don't like the news. I think they're full of crap most of the time. I think it's all a big narrative. Unfortunately, we have a high society of people we tend to follow. Like we follow our mindsets. We got to follow. There's only a select few leaders, so they know how to manipulate us with that media, right? They know what to put out there. I mean, that's been said 1,000 times, a million times all across the board. If you don't believe it by now, I don't know what to say. But I just gone through, spent some time looking at old articles, gathered enough data and information, and I'm going to kind of share that with you in this video and just let you know what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm totally wrong. It's just a thought and a theory. It's not financial advice, but it's got me thinking real hard. I want to talk about all the insider selling, cashing out. There's a lot of articles. I was just going back just in the last May and April. You'll just see, we'll start with Bill Gates, like it says here. Now, get it, he gave that and getting a divorce, but how convenient, right? So people are questioning that. $2-point-something billion already, and what else is happening on their family hedge fund thing that they got going on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on that too. You might want to check more into that, but just suspicious, right? Just makes you curious, like what's really happening. And then what's the deal with the pickup? Like it's saying here, both insider selling and share buybacks. This is red. Zuckerberg, Dorsey, 18 other billionaires lead a massive stock sales. Maybe it's just coincidence, but I found several articles just in the last couple months. I didn't even go back far enough. I literally went a little bit into May and a little bit into April. And as you'll see as they scroll through, just all kinds of insider selling. And in Palatar as well. I mean, all these different places. And you got to ask yourself, like, what do they know? I mean, what's really going on? We follow the money, right? Everybody says follow the money. So when I do this a little bit of research and I look back for the last 2 months, what do these CEOs, CFOs, high-end executives, I mean, gosh, there's like 19 articles I think I've got listed in here. I don't even know if I'll be able to talk long enough to cover them all, to you. But as they scroll up, maybe that's just normal. Maybe this happens all the time. Maybe in the last 6 weeks, that's just a normal thing. These executives like to sell off their stock, or they know what's coming. They know something's going to happen, right? Something's going to be taking place soon. They know they better get as much as they can, get every dime dollar they can in their pocket. Because the rich are smart, man. They're smart for a reason, right? Or they're rich for a reason because they're smart. They know how to hide that money, save that money, protect that money, borrow money from everyone else, and then use their own money, paying hardly any interest on it, get tax deductions and write-offs. So they know what they're doing, right? I mean, that's obvious. So I got to think, okay, these guys, I mean, this is a ton. The CEO right here, 1.8 million of shares, Juniper Networks. I honestly don't know who that is, but still, like, that just happened. FedEx. Okay, I know who FedEx is. The president and CEO sold 5.2 million shares. He didn't sell $5 million worth. He sold 5.2 million shares. That's a whole lot of shares to sell. This CEO sold $962,000. Okay, there's worth of shares. Okay, small company maybe, I don't know. Look at this company right here, $510,000 worth of shares. I mean, I literally just typed in like CEOs or executives. Actually, I typed in executives selling off Sharps. We all know Sharps. 3.9 million of shares, $3.9 million worth of shares. Maybe they just need money right now, right? Maybe they need money in their pocket. Maybe I'm missing something here. But it does stir it up. It does stir up curiosity for me. Gets my mind thinking. That's a whole lot of selling off, guys. What's really happening here? And this just kind of leads to the next thing. You just saw this warning. I think they're creating a narrative, right? I got all these articles talking about stock market correction. I mean, it's starting to ramp up. We're going to have a correction in the market, possibly a big drop, 30%, 10%, 20%. I mean, you look at these articles, 10% drop at least. They're all planning for it. They're all preparing for it. So you got the executives selling out. Now you've got the news really pushing. You got these media really pushing all these sell-offs and drop-offs, and stocks are going to, go down. You're going to see these articles that I have in here talking about that, why investors should be on the correction watch this May. I mean, they're already predicted in May. So it makes you wonder, like, what's really happening, man? Like, what's coming? Like, I'm really curious. They're talking about Cathie Wood. It's going to be in trouble because her ETFs, if they fail to bounce, if they keep dropping. So sounds like making up excuses. Bull markets don't last forever. How should you invest? They're preparing for something. I feel like it. It's just my feelings, but they're preparing for something. I mean, look, there's another one attacking Cathie Woods. So it's like a narrative is being built. when that market drops and it goes down, why did that happen? Why are we seeing these sell-offs, right? And more sell-offs. And why is it destroying the tech? Why was the tech industry destroyed? Why was the sell-off so big in the tech industry? So that makes you just wonder too, like, why is that happening? Well, I imagine most people have techs for long gains, right? Don't you usually buy into your tech stocks because there's the most money to earn in that and larger gains that these folks are getting out of it, so they'll stay in it longer? I mean, that's what I thought I understood about tech stocks. You would hold on to those, but if they got to sell those off to pay for something, because something's happening, so it really feels like a narrative. Investors prepare for tantrum plan as Fed demurs on timing. And you find all these rules I talked about in the last video, but they're starting to create all these rules, right? And then the Feds are showing a little bit of concern too, that there's the markets have been soaring, something's going to come, so they're getting worried, right? I mean, there's articles close to saying bubble. The Feds didn't say it, but they were close to saying everything's in a bubble. I mean, what a great excuse, right? Let's put together this whole plan of how it's going to go down. Why growth investors are in for painful months ahead. I mean, there's just article after article I found that literally is now talking tech stops tumble after sudden trading slump. Here's why experts are worried the weakness could continue. And look, that's May 4th. If you look at every one of the articles, go back and look, every one of these articles are close. And I love this. Chief critic, when the history of the bubble is written, it will go down as one of the largest transfers of wealth from public to insiders. It's like the opposite, I think. Buying essentially in the 8 weeks since Reddit mania reached a tipping point, corporate insiders have been cashing out of the market. Something's going on, right? I know it. Come on, man. You guys got to think about this. It's just got me stirred up. I'm like, what is really happening? And then we had that big crash, right? With Archegos. I can't even say it right, but that was huge. And it pointed out some weak spots. And that's one. I mean, how many firms are out there and how many more can we be looking at that could possibly be crashing because of what they did? And you know what I'm talking about, and what they, not all of them, but a lot of them, who knows what they potentially did and what they have done with shorting all this short stuff, right? I'm really bought in. I'm telling you, I'm like, there's a narrative put in place. We're looking at a buyout, the market being crashed to a point to where they got to sell off a bunch of these other stocks, which is what we already saw happen with that one hedge fund. $20 billion was lost, these banks. I mean, we can't collapse the economy. We got to be able to control this, right? So let's put this narrative together. Let's spin this narrative of what it's going to happen and prepare everybody for it to happen. And then when the market starts to crash, again, just my opinion, that'll be the excuse and the reasons behind it. And then now, I mean, if you look at it, they're starting to promote, and we see this big crypto boom happening again. I don't know if it plays a part, nothing against crypto. I had some. I enjoy, watching everybody make their money. But it almost feels like there's a lot of big money going into that. And you see now all of a sudden these big name people are calling out the crypto, because there's no regulation necessarily on it. So big name people are pumping it. Now you got banks and other people getting involved in it. I mean, it all looks suspicious. Looks like they're covering up, protecting their money, getting prepared, and it looks like someone's going to pay the price. And I think we all know why they're going to pay the price. And those of us that believe strongly in the shorts, especially in AMC and GME, I feel highly confident myself. So this is just highly speculative, just literally my opinion of what I've seen, but something ain't right. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much. My Marine out. Well, I got to make a correction early on in the video. I couldn't go back and edit it out, but I said 5.2 million shares from the FedEx. It's $5.2 million worth of shares, so I stand corrected on that. Just want to make sure I add that in the video. But I'm just an average Joe out here blown away. Like, something doesn't look right and something's not adding up, and it's got me extremely curious. And I'm glad that I'm pretty much going all in, like 1,000% all in on AMC and GME at this point. But you be the judge yourself. I'm just an average Joe wondering what the heck is going on. All right, thank you.